So at this year's Nintendo digital event, the team put me right to work. So I'm pleased to be here with Karthik Bala from the Vicarious Vision studio at Activision. And Karthik, we've got some great news to share.
Yeah, so the hallmark of the Skylanders franchise has always been deliver brand new innovation and the highest quality game experience. For the first time, we're bringing a whole new toy category to life. We're bringing vehicles to life this year with our new game, Skylanders Superchargers, and really blending it to this epic vehicle adventure.
But there's more to it, right?
We've got 2 unexpected guest stars. So introducing turbocharged Donkey Kong and his vehicle, the Barrel Blaster. We also have Bowser. This is Hammer Slam Bowser, and his vehicle, the Clown Cruiser.
Bowser is always my favorite. I don't know why people say that I look like Bowser and at times act like Bowser. As you're playing as these figures, as you have the various vehicles, what happens?
So they have complete move sets and upgrade trees of powers and abilities, some of which are natural, things that you would expect, like Donkey Kong throwing barrels and Bowser slamming down his hammer, but also really unexpected moves that harken back to elements of lore within the 30 years of history of these characters.
What else can these figures do?
If you put the figure on a Skylanders portal, they act as a Skylander, but you can twist the base and switch it to Amiibo, and it can be used as an Amiibo in another Nintendo game.
So again, these characters, these vehicles, only playable on Nintendo.
Welcome back to Nice One 983 Amiibo Collecting. Guys, we have a special episode today. Today we are bringing you the Skylanders Superchargers for the Wii U. This version comes with Donkey Kong. We also have the 3DS version, which comes with Bowser. Really looking forward to opening these guys up, seeing what we have. And hopefully, we enjoy these as much as we enjoy Amiibos. Alright guys, stick around. What we're going to do is we're going to cut to a quick commercial break while I go ahead and unbox these guys.
Peggy 7.
Okay guys, we are back. I hope you guys enjoyed that commercial. So here we have Donkey Kong and his Barrel Blaster, and Bowser with his Clown Cruiser. Very similar to the Bowser Jr. Clown Car. So, these guys are definitely a different build quality than your regular Amiibo. In fact, visually, initially when I saw these at E3, I was a lot more impressed. But let's go ahead. We'll start with Donkey Kong. So DK's got this really big grin over his face. But he's still pretty cool. He has the barrel. He's standing on an engine block. That's pretty cool. Let's get a look at it from the side. The outfit, I can't tell if he's supposed to be wearing a stunt suit or a bullfighter costume. Either way, it's different. Let's go from the back. You see the barrel more. You see the tie flowing in the wind. The other side, from this side, look, this is a great pose from this angle. I actually appreciate this. And he looks pretty cool. Let's go ahead and get him back there, though. And let's pull out the Clown Cruiser, the Barrel Blaster. So this is the side profile. You can see the chain links on the wheels. The wheels themselves are actually barrels. You can see that from the front. See the headlight. See the DK logo right back there. I believe that's a gear shift here. Now the car is pretty cool. Like a plastic Hot Wheel. There's an NFC chip in there. I'm not that impressed with the vehicle either. It does look better than the figure though. Now let's go into Bowser. Well, let's zoom out a little bit. The Bowser figure is a lot worse in my opinion than the Donkey Kong. The paint looks really muted. Right here you can see I've got paint smudges on his hand. Really not impressed with the build of these. I remember at one point I was having a conversation with Mario After Party. We discussed that maybe Nintendo would benefit if they had gone to a third party like Toys for Bob, who make the Skylanders figures. Maybe they would benefit, have less Amiibo shortages if, you know, they outsourced the Amiibo production. I'm here to tell you right now, I hope that never happens. It's not so bad because this is a Donkey Kong and a Bowser. Not necessarily my favorite Nintendo characters, but oh man, these are kind of bad. These are kind of bad, and it's a shame that you have to pay $80 as an entry point, and you get these two figures that I don't really think fit the bill as far as quality control. Let's go to the Clown Cruiser over here. I actually have no issues with the Clown Cruiser. I think it looks great. The paint job on the Clown Cruiser is a lot better than the actual Bowser figure itself. The clown face, it's a little disappointing considering that, you know, just a couple weeks ago we had a Bowser Jr. in a clown car that had molded features instead of them being painted on. We'll pull that out for the comparison later. But there is the Clown Cruiser in all of its glory. Alright guys, we're going to cut to one more commercial break and then we're going to go and do comparison time. Alright guys, we are back and it's comparison time, but you know, there was one thing I neglected to mention before we start the comparisons. If you take a look, the Skylanders figures, they have little bases. And I don't know if you can read that, but right now the base is set to Skylanders, and if you give it a little twist, it goes to Amiibo. And I have that upside down, but let me go ahead and fix that for you. So, Amiibo, Skylander, Amiibo, Skylander. That's a unique feature that allows the figures to be played equally in both games. Bowser has it as well. Alright guys, let's go ahead and get into the comparison. There is a significant difference. Let's start with these two right here. Between the Smash the Smash Donkey Kong and the Skylanders Donkey Kong. The tie is blowing in the wind similarly, but the Skylanders tie is a little bit more exaggerated in its flowing than the Smash DK. Right off the bat, you can see a severe difference in quality. Whereas the Smash DK looks a lot, you know, more Nintendo-esque than the Skylanders edition. The Skylanders edition of Donkey Kong, well, it's not a horrible figure overall. It's got a very good sculpt to it. I really do appreciate the sculpt that they gave it. it just really, even though you know it's Donkey Kong, you see that it's Donkey Kong, it doesn't inherently give me like the feeling of Donkey Kong. It's almost like they came out with a clone and it just and they dropped, they forgot a specific code of DNA and the clone just didn't come out quite right. The thing that's great about, the quality control is, look, you can see individual textures on the DK Amiibo. Like, it really makes a difference. You see the texture in that figure, but with the Skylander one, there is some texture in the fur. It's just not quite as significant. Overall, it just doesn't make for as good a figure. I think the Bowser figure is more egregious when you see that there are multiple Bowsers to compare to. Right off the bat, you notice that the Bowser is still in a pretty similar pose to the other Bowser figures that we've had as Amiibo. Arm out, looking forward. But right off the bat, you see the difference in paint quality. Both Amiibos have significantly better paint. Another thing is that you can tell is with the Bowser is the Amiibos have a much stronger paint job that the Skylanders don't seem to match. I understand that Skylanders is more of a children's property. Children aren't really going to notice quality the way that an adult collector would. I'm trying to take that into consideration, but right now, guys, I am severely disappointed with what Activision and Toys for Bob came out with for this version of Skylanders. I could have sworn I've seen higher quality Skylanders before. Maybe I was wrong. But when you stand them next to Amiibo, there's just a significant difference, and it's a big bummer because, like I said, the entry point for this is $80, and that's not, while it's not an extraordinarily large amount of money, it's not cheap either. And this is just the entry point. So parents are buying these figures for their children in droves, and you're seeing that they're not getting the same quality figures you would an Amiibo. At least the saving grace, I guess, for Skylanders is that there is a specific Skylanders game that Amiibo just don't quite have yet. Amiibo function in game, but there's no actual game to them. Let's go ahead and compare. I said I wanted to compare this. So Bowser Jr. comes in his Junior Clown car, and the Skylanders Superchargers come with, at least the Bowser edition, comes with the Clown Cruiser. Doing a comparison, I wanted to compare this. I know this isn't a real fair comparison, but I had to, just because they're very similar. But the Bowser Jr. Clown Cart, it's significantly better as well. It has the face is molded on to the to the figure. It's part of the mold, whereas the eyes and the clown face on the Clown Cruiser are painted on. So there's a severe difference between the two, and it's just something I had to pull out and show you guys. Aside from that, though, the Clown Cruiser, like I said, it does sport a pretty spectacular mold. I think the molding on the vehicles really outweighs the vehicles in general outweigh the actual figures that come with them. So guys, it's my favorite time. It's score time. Guys, I have to give the lowest score I've ever given on this show. But it's pretty meaningful when I say this. These guys get a 3. They just don't match up with Amiibo. I've taken to calling these guys Skymiibos, but the Skymiibos they just don't hold a candle They're just, the build not as good, the paint application not as good. I will give them credit for having better bases overall. The bases are much better, both of them standing on an engine block, but there's not a lot of good I have said about these figures, and I'm not going to say about these figures. There's just not a lot of good I can say about them. At least as a collector. I'm certain children will get a kick out of these, but personally, I'm severely disappointed with the final product. So guys, these get a 3. Alright guys, well that's going to be it for this edition of Amiibo collecting. As always, I want you guys to please comment, subscribe, like the videos. I appreciate any feedback that you have to offer. And as always, you can hit me up on Twitter at nice1983. You can hit me up by email at nice1983@gmail.com. That's it for today. Thanks for watching, and watch out for Amiibo hunters on the prowl.